But Jules, another game for Bayer Leverkusen, another late goal, and another unbeaten game.
It's incredible, really, Nedum, because it's 46 in a row now without defeat this season.
What's the record?
49, I think.
Do you think they get to it?
So they've got 3 more in the league and two in the Europa League, the semi-final against Roma, plus potentially the final. So they could, nobody in the Bundesliga ever, not even Bayern Munich, have gone unbeaten the whole way, just in the league. If they can do it in the league and in Europe and in the domestic cup, because they're also in the cup final, it would be just incredible. They're not playing well. And again, they were not playing well against Stuttgart, who are a really good team, at home this weekend. They just found a way, 96 minutes. I think they've scored now 15 goals after the 85th minute this season. It's just to have that kind of character. And I know it's papering a bit over the crack because they're not playing well lately, but they still somewhat find a way of not losing at least.
Do you think the pressure's affecting them?
I think they're tired as well. And but also psychologically, when you've won the title already, even if you don't want to, there must be a bit of you that is just not there yet, as focused and as committed maybe than you were 2 months ago when you were still fighting for the title, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's the thing. Same way, like a team that survives, a team that's already won the league. What was your objective at the start of the season? What's your objective now? If you checked it off, then it's almost like you're playing for fun.
Harry Kane scored 2 more goals this weekend in Bayern's win against Frankfurt. He's on 35 now with 3 games to go in the league. He needs 6 more, Nedum, to equal Lewandowski's record of 41. By the way, at the time, with 3 games to go, Lewandowski has 36 when that season he beat the record. So
that's nasty,
close.
By the way. That's nasty.
What do you think?
I don't think he beats it.
Ooh.
I don't think he beats it unless the team decide that this is the most important thing, which I don't think they will do because of the Champions League.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's going to be a factor for me. But when I look at the Kane stuff this season, it feels incredible. But that's recency bias because, as you've said, Lewandowski was doing this before.
Yeah.
You know, and I've almost forgotten about that as such. But 41 to equal it.
So 6. They play Stuttgart away, who are third in the table. That's a tough game. Wolfsburg at home. Wolfsburg are not very good, and they're like mid-table. And then Hoffenheim away.
I'm not convinced by it, but I'd be wrong to bet against Harry Kane, not necessarily winning a trophy, but Harry Kane trying to finish top of a chart for something.
Yeah, true.
You know, I think at the end of the season, he knows how important every single one of these goals are, and set himself up to have a chance.
Yeah.
So I think, he's
not going to do it.
No, he's not going to do it.
It could be 2-2 and 2.
No, he's not going to do it.
He's not going to do it, okay.
Because of the Champions League. If they were out of the Champions League, I'd say it's the most important thing, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So, Jules, then, how did Dortmund prepare for the Champions League semi-final against PSG?
Not great, Nedum. They went away at Leipzig and they got absolutely spanked 4-1. Jadon Sancho scored a lovely goal, if you haven't seen it, to make it 1-0 for Dortmund. And I looked and I'm like, okay, wow. But then they lost Hummels, who got injured. They were without Emre Can and Ian Madsen, who were both suspended. And they just capitulated completely. Leipzig scored 4, and Leipzig have been outstanding. The last 8 games, they scored 24 goals in the league. They're one of those teams where once they see that you are struggling, they're going to destroy you. And Openda scored again. Sesko scored again. Them 2 up front have been incredible. But it's the way, and maybe Dortmund just gave up because of the Champions League on Wednesday night. And they knew this game, although now if they don't qualify by winning the Champions League and Germany don't get the 5th spot to go to Champions League, they will miss out because they're not going to catch up Leipzig in 4th now. So that could have been a massive game for them had they won. The fact that they didn't and they just collapsed completely to lose 4-1 where really could easily have been 6 or 7.
Do you know, to push back
really
against
strange.
one thing you said, because you know you've played football and even amateur football now, you're very aggressive with like your mentality. Yeah, shout out to Jules, ultra aggressive. I don't think you've got to give up in you, and I don't think Dortmund do, which is a bigger concern for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because these guys who are up near the top of the league, they're used to winning or they're used to not losing. And a day when things are going really badly for you can build frustration. And I don't think they give up, but I think something else changes. And maybe that's a belief in the people around you, which I think could be a concern then for the games against Paris Saint-Germain, where at times they will suffer. And I think some people say, giving up, you'll just find it next time. I don't think many people do, but I think the other side of it is a bigger concern in my opinion.
So what I find with them this season, and it's really interesting, in every team, every game, and you said about the Spurs-Arsenal game, for every team, unless you are very, very super dominant, but you will have strongest moment in the game and weaker moments where you are a bit under pressure or the other team is having a good their strong moments. And it's how you deal with those weaker moments that you have, so you don't concede a goal, you don't get a red card, whatever. Every time pretty much Dortmund this season, home and away, league, Champions League, cup, anything you want, every time pretty much the opposition had their strong moment, Dortmund would concede. So they can't manage those moments where they are not as good, under pressure, struggling, maybe a bit tired, maybe there's a new player coming, something like that. They get punished every time. And I think for me, this is a trait of a good team, like a City or an Arsenal this season, usually manage those moments where they are under pressure, under the cosh, better than anybody else. That's why they are at the top of the table, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
And Dortmund this season haven't been able to do that at all.
Okay, sounds like you're saying Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final, yeah?
Don't jinx us, please. Don't jinx us.